Let me say a very good morning to Emmanuel Aidan and Gina Aidan. Very good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Grace, how are you doing too?
God is helping us.
We bless Jesus for help. Now, I am actually curious because the title of the book, I'm married, but then I'm single. Emmanuel, how is that possible?
Well, it's very possible, and it's happening all over the place. So, to share a very quick story with you, in 2011, I got married. February 12, 2011, 7 months after my wife got opportunity to migrate to the US.
Okay.
And then, indeed, I thought it was going to take some few months and we get back together. Unfortunately, it took 6 years.
She was there,
And
you
I
were here.
yes.
6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 months, 12 months, 6 years.
Yeah, it took 6 years.
Wow.
And it really took the grace of God, the help of God, to keep this marriage together. And so in 2016, when I was praying about the whole thing, I told God, if I'm able to sail through successfully, I will share the story together with my wife with the world, so that at least people will be properly informed.
Was it a difficult experience?
It was
How difficult was it?
very difficult because you are married but you are single. So what it means is that you have the right to do what married people should be doing, but you don't have your partner around to do those things. And quite apart from that, the temptation of being married but single, and of course as a pastor, you lead people, you meet people, you come across all sort of people. Very tempting. So it was very difficult experience.
Whoa. But let me ask Gina, how was it a difficult experience for you as well?
It was very difficult. You know, I went there with pregnancy.
Okay.
Yes. So I didn't know anything about the lifestyle over there. Excuse me.
That's okay.
And in America, nobody helps anybody. Like if I say when it comes to you need help, like Ghana here, family can render help to you when
Exactly.
you're pregnant and all that. It's not the same in America.
You're on your own.
You are on your own. And this is a country I have no experience about. And I went there with pregnancy. So that kind of help and support, even though my family, I went to live with my auntie and all that, but they will not be home with you all the time and all that. They go to work, they come late in the night, you are sleeping. You wake up, they're already gone. So you are on your own. And with this weather, it was very difficult. And then again, pressure
I
from
can
men.
understand with the weather, and it will be very difficult.
Very difficult. You're not driving, You're not driving too. So movement will also be very, very difficult. Going to appointments and all that. Yeah, and then pressure from men. I mean, it was very difficult.
Pressure from men. Eh?
Yes. It was difficult.
But how were you able to navigate? Let me also how were you able to navigate your way, through all these 6 years?
Well, God helped me, and quite apart from that, we ensured that we were in constant communication. Whatever was going on in America, she was telling me. Whatever was going on here, I was also telling her. And apart from that, I was very intentional in setting boundaries, because along the line I realized that what I was watching or listening to on radio, the content I was consuming, was sometimes putting me in a certain kind of mood. So I decided that I need to draw boundaries and I need to be intentional about it, just so that I don't get myself into trouble.
I see.
Yeah.
But then the ability to sustain this thing, for that long.
Yeah.
How easy, or how can one, because there are a lot of people, even as we are speaking, there could be people under the sound of our voice, who are saying, exactly my situation. We got married. Just after we got married, he went, I'm here, or she went, I'm here. And Meba, you will join me, you join me, 1 year gone, 2 years gone. Probably some have even spent more than you did. Six
years.
Some have spent. How practicable is is the sustenance, day after day, day after day. I'm not just looking at the number 6, but I'm looking at 12 months. Times. Hey, Charlie, me to me.
I know.
No, I can't. Let me confess. I can't. It's not possible. I can't.
Well, I tell people, when a friend of mine told his friend that I have a pastor friend who lived 6 years without, doing the thing, he said, is he impotent? that was the question he asked. Well, that's a very logical question, because 6 years you are married and you say what? I tell people, if you don't have the grace, don't try that. I mean, God.
It's not something you would advise people.
Yeah, no. I would not. I believe that God gave me a special grace for that. I don't know for what reason, but grace saw me through. Because it is not very easy, and I would not encourage that anybody should, get himself or herself in such a situation. Unfortunately, it's something that is happening for economic reasons. That is why the title of the book, The Other Side of Spousal Migration, because the side we often talk about is the economic benefits. Sure. I go to America, I make some money. That's what we all talk about. But the other side, the social impact you have on your relationship, even your children. Some children haven't seen their parents or their father in 20 years or whatever. And I think it's not a very pleasant experience for any child to go through.
Wow, interesting. Your book actually, tackles very sensitive topics like loneliness, the temptation, the impact of a distance on intimacy. Briefly, can you share some insights?
Yeah, so you are married. There are times that you want to be intimate with your spouse, and your spouse is nowhere to be found, or your spouse is not around. And sometimes it's quite difficult, going through especially when you are legally married and you have all the rights and benefits that comes with it. It becomes very difficult, and sometimes you tend to be lonely, and it opens up the door for infidelity. And many people have been caught in even including some pastors. We know pastors and other people who have fallen.
Oh no, they are men before of God comes.
So the point is that if you should get opportunity to travel, sit with your spouse and discuss. Be deliberate, be intentional. Because most times what happens is that you're up there and in Kratasem.
Yeah.
That is what mostly puts people into trouble. And quite apart from that, when you travel, your taste is likely to change because of the exposure and other things you come across, and you are likely to forget about your spouse. Much as we desire to travel, there is one chapter in the book, I was praying about this whole thing, and then clearly, audibly, the Holy Spirit told me, you did not consult me. I was surprised because I thought I prayed about it and we prayed about it, and you didn't consult me. So I believe that as a child of God, these are major decisions we take, and you can't take such major decisions without consulting God. Very important.
Was there a point that you were tempted to just call it a quit, not because anything has happened, but then
yes, in 2015, after waiting for 5 years, and I was like, why don't we just agree to go our separate ways? Because she was not too ready to come down here, and I was not getting the opportunity to join her because it looks like our fate is being determined by the embassy. So I was thinking, why don't we call it a quit? And we decided, we gave ourselves up to a certain period that if nothing happens, let's agree to quit. Let's go our separate ways. But God helped us just around that period. God was merciful. He came in and everything worked out very well.
That's interesting. We will need to find time to really tackle this subject, extensively. I on a walk with Jesus. There we can throw more questions because the more you talk, the more the questions come into my mind. Especially with Gina, I have a lot of questions to bombard you with. But let's talk about the book quickly before we wrap up. Is it on the shelf?
Yes, just on one shelf for now, but it's on Book Nook store. which is an online shelf.
Okay.
Anywhere you are in Ghana, you just place your order. If you want them to deliver it to your home, your office, wherever you want them, they'll be able to do that. But in La Paz, opposite the Abeka Post Office design mandate, we have copies available. And then at Peace Chapel International, Nyamicha Junction, we have copies available. You may want to call 0539 484599. 0539 484599
Okay.
to get your
And
copy.
be help with the book.
Sure.
Okay. You have a program coming up.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, please.
So we have Father's Day Thanksgiving worship. For the past 7 years, we've been holding Thanksgiving worship in the US just around the Thanksgiving season in November. And this year we decided to, for the first time, host it in Ghana in honor of our fathers. We know Mother's Day, the hype is huge and things like that. Unfortunately,
Pomp
Father's
and pageantry it comes with.
the Father's Day is not like that. So this year we decided to do it a music concert in honor of our fathers, and of course we are going to reward 10 fathers that we will select randomly on the day, just to kind of bless them. Fathers are doing very well, especially in this tough economy. To be a father, it takes God, and we think that they should be supported. There should be a pat on their back that you are doing very well, you can do more. So it's on Father's Day, 16th June, 3 p.m. at Peace Chapel International, Nyamicha Junction. We have Uncle Ato, Kofi Owusu, Pipra, Maurice Babyface. We have Gina Aidan, Inshiraba Obed, and then we have some other choir coming to help us honor fathers, giving thanks to the father of all fathers and asking him to help us as fathers. So we invite everybody, come along with your dad, with your spouse, all the family. Let's meet at Peace Chapel International on 16th, 3 p.m.
I see. And is there any number to call if we want some
the same number, 0539 4599 0539 484539. Sorry, 4599.
All right. Want to say a very big thank you to you. We definitely have to do this again. Pastor Emmanuel Aidan and the wife Gina Aidan. It's been an interesting experience. I am married, but I'm single. The other side of spousal migration, and so. For those of you who are in that same soup, you have an answer, in this book. Please do well to get a copy of the book, and it will help a great deal. Let me say a big thank you to you. God bless you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Right.